So, today we're doing grade 12 analytical geometry, talking just about circles. We're going to cover three very basic things, two of which should be easy, and one of which is a little more challenging, but still doable. So, let's get into it, shall we? Also, I have to say, this is the second time I'm recording this, so this session is probably going to be kind of unhinged. Hold on to your butts. Oh, and the other thing, I went through past papers and took these directly from those papers. That means, yes, you will be asked this. Yes, you need to know how to do it. The first question is the easiest. It's going to be something like find the coordinates of the midpoint of the circle and the radius and the radius. They might be a little more eloquent about it than I am. Okay, so the example they will give you when they ask this question, there might be different ways to find the midpoint of the circle. It's really going to depend on the question, but the first thing you want to check is, did they give me the equation of the circle? Because if they did, that is so easy. Okay, so you check if they gave you the equation. In this case, they did. The equation was this. When they ask you for the midpoint is simply this one and this one with their signs changed. So this one is a positive one, it becomes a negative one. This one is a negative one, it becomes a positive one. Okay, the radius is this guy squared. So the radius squared rooted is 4 equals 2. All right. Our next question is x plus 16 squared plus y plus 8 squared equals 20. So pause for a moment, see if you can do it by yourself, and then see if what you got is the same as what I got. So I've got midpoint equals, I've got midpoint is negative 16 because I changed the sign, negative 8, I just lift them straight from there, and the radius equals the square root of 20. It's a square root because technically this is r squared. And you can leave this as is, or if you plug it into your calculator, you're going to get 2 square root 5 is also fine. You can also write the decimal. I'm not going to do that. I'm too lazy to open up my calculator. You may not know this, but mathematicians are lazy. Really lazy. Okay, next one. I think I can squeeze it in here. We have x minus 3 plus y minus 1 equals 25. Pause for a moment and see what you get. And now that you've seen what you got, let's see what I got. MP, the midpoint is positive 3 because we changed the sign, and positive 1 because we changed the sign. The radius is the square root of 25, and I happen to know that's 5. Bam! Yay! And this is winning. Okay. I feel like a nice, bright, happy yellow. That is a very, very ugly yellow. No. Orange? How about this orange? All right. So, next one is x. Is that a plus or a minus? I think it's a minus 2. Okay. Squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 13. Pause for a bit. And get your midpoint and radius. Midpoint is +2, but -3, because we changed the signs. And then the radius, in this case, just square root 13. Okay, now, last one. Dun, dun, dun. X plus 11/2. I can already hear a few of you panicking. It's like, fractions. Oh no, I can't do fractions. Yeah, okay, we're going to talk about that. So, when you were little, you went through a period of potty training where you learned how not to poop your pants. And all of us went through that, and it was a very messy and disgusting business. Go ask your parents. They will tell you. It was horrendous and stinky. Now, in the same way that we all had to learn how not to poop our pants, our brains need to learn how not to poop on us when we're busy with questions. So a little panic is okay, but like, God, I don't know what to do. What am I going to do? No. What you do is you tell your brain, no, bring me a better thought. End of story. Because even though this looks horrendous, it is not. We're going to follow exactly what we did before. So pause the video, see if you can find the midpoint and the radius. And yeah, let's see what you got. We have midpoint is 11/2, but we changed the sign. And we have 5/2, but we make it a positive because it was a negative. Exactly the same as what we did before. The radius equals square root of this whole business, and you can type that right into your calculator as is. And I happen to remember the answer. It was just square root 1/146/2, or I think it was 6.04. Okay, that one I forgot. Let's double check. Square root 146 fraction 4 wham boink. Yeah, got it. Okay. Let's move on to the next question they might ask us. So let's just check to see if I am recording. Am I recording? It looks okay. Man, I sure hope it is okay. Where were we? Sometimes you're going to have the equation in the standard form, that means with the two brackets, and they're going to say, give the equation in the form ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e equals 0. So just have a look at what's going on here. We've got our x squared, our y squared, then the simple x, then the simple y, and then a constant with no x's or y's. All right, let's unpack it. That's basically all we're going to do. We're just going to unpack it. So I'll start with my example that I had earlier, which is x plus 1 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 4. So you will have the standard equation by this point, or at least you will have the midpoint and the radius, and you can set up the standard equation. All right. So what this question is asking you to do is start here and then unpack it. So let's do that. X plus 1 plus y minus 1 equals 4. You can simplify this however you want to, whatever you're comfortable with. So go ahead and do that, and then just check if you end up where I end up. I end up at x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus y squared minus 2xy plus 1 equals 4. Now I look at the form that I'm supposed to be in. It's my x squared first. Okay, it's just x squared plus y squared. Cx, so that would be the simple x plus 2x, our simple y minus 2y. What am I leaving out so far? It's a positive 1, and the 4. So the 1 and the 1 gives me 2. I bring the 4 over, it's negative 4 equals 0. Squared plus y squared plus 2x minus 2y minus 2. Bam! Bob's your uncle. All right, let's try the next guy. Ooh, this one has big numbers. I'm not sure that what I did. X plus 16 squared plus y plus 8 squared. Well, you know what? No. Hey, brain, bring me a better thought. It's not that bad. We go double it up. X plus 16 plus y plus 8, y plus 8, 20. You do whatever you need to do to simplify this and that. So pause, do that, and then let's see if you get what I get. I get x squared plus 32x plus 256. Actually, I should make sure about that. Let's do that. 16 squared. Yeah, 256 plus y squared plus 16y plus 64 equals 20. All right. Okay. No. Yeah. 20. Proper 20. Okay, that gives me x squared plus y squared plus 32x plus 16y. Now I have to add these two nasties together. 2, 5, 6, 64. 6 plus 4 is 10. That's 11, 12. 320 plus 320. That one comes over. Negative 20 equals 0. Hey, if you want to skip a few steps and combine things, you are welcome to do that. Because we do want you to finish on time, or at least finish as much of the paper as you can. Ba-dam! Bam! All right, we're on a roll. Next one. We somehow have... Ooh, what is this one? Well, that's very cute. That's very cute. We have x minus 3 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 25. All right, we double it up. X minus 3 plus y minus 1, y minus 1. I'm going to shake things up and be lazy and just do this already and bring it over. It's negative 25, 0. Do what you need to do and check your answer. X squared minus 6x plus 9 plus y squared minus 2y plus 1. Negative 25. Boink. So we have x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 2y. This plus this is 10 minus 25 is negative 15. And Bob's your uncle. I had a whole bit about Bob and Ralph and George and Rosie and whoever being your aunt and uncle in the previous one. But to be honest, it was kind of cringe. So you've been spared that. Aren't you happy about that? Okay, next one. X minus 2 squared. Yeah, no, wait, I'm doing the right thing. Plus, not x. Y plus 3 squared equals 13. Let's go, double it up. Plus y equals 13. This gives us x squared minus 4x plus 4 plus 3. No, what am I doing? Plus 6y plus 9 equal, oh, I'm going to bring the 13 over now. Negative 13 equals this. Okay, so I've got x squared plus y. Ooh, this must have been a squared. Y squared minus 4x plus 6y. 4 plus 9 is 13, minus 13 is 0, but mathematicians are lazy, so we're not going to write plus 0. We're just going to say write nothing equals 0. Bam! All right. Last one is the nasty one. X plus 11 over 2 plus y minus 5 over 2. And your brain might be panicking and trying to poop all over you and say, no, we can't do this. This is impossible. I don't know how to do fractions. This is the end of the world. No. Remember, bring me a better thought. And the better thought is, hey, I have a calculator. I can do this on my calculator. Okay, so give it a pause, see what you can do. And yeah. Okay, so if you doubled it up, give yourself a point because you remembered the first step. Okay, then y minus 5 over 2, y minus 5 over 2. My fingers are going to fall off from all the writing. Let's not get too crazy and just leave this guy where he is right now. Okay, so we're going to times these guys. We end up with x squared. We're going to times this one by that one. So that gives us plus 11 over 2x, because it's just this one and that one together. And then this and this, plus 11 over 2x. And then we're going to times 11 over 2 by 11 over 2. And you can use your calculator for this. Straight up, just 11 over 2 times 11 over 2. Should give you 121 over 4. Ta-da! We do the same over here. Y and y gives me y squared. Y times that is negative 5 over 2y minus 5 over 2y. This times this is positive 25 over 4 equals 146 over 4. Bam! Great stuff. Okay, now we got to simplify this mess. So we go x squared, and you take your calculator and you just type in this, or actually that, the plus and that with that. And it will tell you what it is if you're not too sure about it yourself. It's 11x. I'm going to move this one to the back. Plus y squared. Here we have this little guy, negative 5 over 2 minus another 5 over 2 should give us negative 5y. And now we've moved this one to the back, so f121 over 4 plus 25 over 4. And I'm bringing this one over, so it's negative 146 over 4. Okay, did you get this far? Yes? No? Something like it? How's your brain doing? Is it pooping over you, or are you keeping it in control? This is so fun. I might just do this all day. Wow. Wow. Woo. Okay, anyway, back here. We're going to tidy it up. Oopsies, not in blue, in pink. X squared plus y squared plus 11x minus 5y. And now you're going to add all of these together. Well, minus that one. And you're just going to say 121 over 4 plus 25 over 4 minus 146 over 4, and it will give you 0 again. And I'm so lazy, I'm not even going to write plus 0. I'm just going to say equals 0. Bam! Woo! We did it! We did it! Okay, so up until now, this was basically things you already know how to do and fairly reasonable. I hope you guys are feeling confident. The next one is they're going to give you, you're going to have given an equation. X squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 6y equals 0. So, and they're going to ask you what is the midpoint and or the radius of this glorious business of this circle. That's a circle, shorthand for circle. All right, so here's what you do. Group the x's with the x's and the y's with the y's, and we're going to leave a little space, 2 spaces. So we've got x squared minus 2x, a little space, plus y squared plus 6y. Leave a little space, equals 0. Now what you got to do, and maybe on a piece of scrap paper or just off to the right, like I'm doing it over here in pencil, or I don't know. What we need to do is we need to do the thing b over 2 squared. This you have to know. This will not be in the formula sheet. You have to know that this is what there is. You gotta know. And what b am I talking about here? When you have a quadratic equation in standard form, you've got a x with a that's squared, you've got a b that's a simple x with nothing, just a coefficient in front of it, and you've got that. We're talking about that b. So here's our x squared, and here's our simple x, so we're talking about this -2. So for us, that's going to be -2 over 2 squared, which is equal to -1 squared. I can't fit that in. Can I just erase just this? Not quite, not quite, not quite. Okay, good enough. That's going to leave us with -1 squared equals 1. All right, and we're going to do, let's use it straight away. So this 1, this final answer, we put in here. It's a +1. It's always a positive. But what you add on the one side of equation, you have to add on the other side. And the same over here. We're going to have b over 2. But this time, we're using y. So we have our squared one, our simple one. We're going to use that guy. That is 6, a +6. But we don't write the positive because we're lazy. Gives us 3 squared equals 9. So we're going to say +9. And what we add on the one side, we're going to add on the other side. I've run out of space. I also ran out of space in the first video. It's like I learned nothing. I refuse to get better at this. Anyway, so what we end up here with is x minus 2 plus 1, y plus 6y plus 9 equals all this business. You want to factorize this and this. So first this, you're going to end up with 2 brackets. That's going to be x and x. And now you either factor this, however you factor this, or you can go back to the point where you calculated your scrap paper where you calculated the 1 and the 9, and this answer here, the brackets, as simple as they can get before you squared them. That thing is what's going to end up in here every single time. Plus, and now we're going to do the same for y and y. And again, you can either factorize, which is fair, or you can say, hey, I've got the 9 over here, but I don't want him. I want the one before him where I've got everything simplified inside the brackets squared. So we just take this thing, positive 3 equals, and now we put everything together here with 0 and 1 and 9, so we got 10. And that's basically it. X negative 1 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 10. So our midpoint equals, our midpoint is 1, negative 3, and our radius equals square root of 10. Bam! Woohoo! You did it! Okay, I'm gonna leave this guy up as an example. Let's do that. Ooh. And we are going to do our next question right here. I encourage you to pause and try for yourself. Now, if you can do the whole question in one go, that would be fantastic. However, if you need baby steps and you decide, I'm going to do one thing in the next step, and then I'm going to play what she did, you can do that. So pause, try something, and let's see what happens. Okay, so we've got x squared minus 2x, leave a little space, plus y squared plus 4y, leave a little space, and you take the 5 over to the other side, so it becomes positive 5. Now we got to do our little formula that we've studied really hard and memorized, and we have it all locked in. We have b over 2 squared, and we're doing it for x first. It's negative 2 over 2 squared equals negative 1 squared equals 1. And we can say plus 1, and now we're going to do the same for y. It's b over 2 squared equals 4 over 2 squared equals 2 squared equals 2. So plus 2 plus 2. What am I doing? Okay, 2 squared equals 4 plus 4 plus 4. Okay, if you got this or something like it, great start. Pause. Okay, so you're going to factorize. That's going to be minus 1 plus y positive 2. And we're going to add all this business together. It's 10 again. Interesting. And that gives us x minus 1 okay, and pause if you haven't. Is 1 and negative 2. And our radius is square root of 10 again. Like, I literally got these questions out of an exam. They're not being too creative, are they? Okay, let's erase this one. I'm going to leave the example up for us. Okay. Ooh, let's go for dark blue. I'm feeling it. I'm vibing with that. X squared minus 4x plus y squared. I would like you to challenge yourself to see what you can remember. Yeah, man, give it a shot. Like, nobody's going to scream and yell at you if you get it wrong. Like, I can't even see if you get it wrong. And if your brain tells you, oh, you get it wrong because you're stupid, you just tell your brain, hey, don't poop on me. Bring me a better thought. You got to train that puppy. Your brain better be on your side by the end of this, or you're going to kick its butt. Leave a little space. Bring that over to the other side. 71. Okay. We run our little equation. X is -4. 2 squared gives me -2 squared equals 4. So we're going to say +4 plus 4. Y is going to be 10 equals 10/2. Ooh, that looks like a 16. Squared equals 5 squared equals 25. Ooh, love it. Plus 25. Let's do this. -2 plus, ooh, there should be a plus there. Y plus 5. Y plus 5 equals, I don't know what 25 plus 29. 71 plus 29 is 100. Ooh, I like it. 100. I like a nice round number. Ta-da! Y plus 5 squared equals that. So our midpoint is 2 and -5, and our radius equals square root of 100 is 10. Bam! Woo woo! All right, let's do one more, and then we can be done. I don't know if I can handle this much pink in my life, but let's do it. Yeah, pink and orange. Okay, so the last one is x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 2y minus 7 equals 0. Okay, so we shuffle everything so my x's are together. -2x. Oh, I forgot to say, you need to pause and try it by yourself. Y squared minus 2y, leave a little space, take the 7 over to the other side. Wham! All right, we gotta do b over 2 squared for x is -2 over 2 squared equals -1 squared equals 1. And b over 2 equals, really? Did I copy that down correctly? I sure did. It's exactly the same. -2 over 2 equals -1 equals 1. Plus 1 plus 1. And we're going to add all of these plus 1 plus 1. All right. So we got minus. I kind of already know what the answer is, so I'm busy getting ahead of myself. 7 and 9. Ooh, I like this one. It's going to be nice. And we have -1, -1. So we have x minus 1 plus y minus 1. And some of you are going to ask, can I skip some of these steps? The answer is yes, provided you don't make silly mistakes. Because if you can skip steps and be faster, that is great. However, if you're skipping steps and losing marks, that's less great. So you are welcome to try. You test it while you're doing homework or exam prep. And then if you find you make mistakes, then you know you can't. Okay, midpoint was this and this, but we changed the sign, and the radius was the square root of 3. And Sarah is your aunt. There we go. Haha, I snuck the cringe joke in anyway, and nobody can stop me. Nobody can stop me, except maybe if I stop the recording.